Hi guys, Angie Bell with My Fairy Treasures. Okay, I'm coming around. Hi guys. Okay, I wanted to do a video to talk about some of the mistakes I've made doing reselling on eBay. And hopefully I just want to share my mistakes so that, you know, this can save you guys some time and learn from my mistakes. So, okay. This is one thing, and I just started doing this like a couple of weeks ago, and it's really stupid that I haven't done it before. Well, especially in because my clothing store I've had open now for, I don't know, 7 months. But my hard goods store, I've had that for 3 or 4 years. Okay, so there ain't no excuse for me not doing this, but just, I don't know. Anyway, I should have been doing this. Going to your Cellar Hub, if you own a store, going to your Cellar Hub, and I believe this is the only way you can do it if you have a store. So if I'm mistaken, let me know, but this is one of the benefits of having a store. You get a lot of, they do a lot of keeping up a lot of different numbers for you of how you're doing and stuff. So anyway, I'll explain what I'm talking about. You go to your Cellar Hub, and there's on the left-hand side, there's something that says growth, and it's towards middle end, and it says growth. Click on that. Or go over to it where it says growth. You don't have to click on it. Just go where it says growth. It says, then there's a thing that says something like revise underperforming listings or finding listings to improve. Click on that. When you click on that, it's going to bring up all the listings and how long they have been, how long you've had those listed without any sales. And I mean, I'm ashamed to say, I had some that said 400 days, 500 days. And it's easy for this to happen to you when you start getting up to, like, I have between 450, 500 in both stores, in the clothing store and in the hard goods store. So it's easy for that to happen when you have a lot of items. But you need to go over to that section and look at it so that you can go ahead and adjust the prices. Because you may have that price up way too high, and that's probably why it's not selling. Or maybe your pictures are bad, or maybe the item just isn't really wanted anymore. So you need to go and investigate and find out what the deal is. And in my case, a lot of times it was the price. So I went ahead and reduced the price. The other thing, when you do that though, let's suppose I have an action figure and I'm selling it for 80 bucks. Well, I decide, you know what, I'm going to chop that in half. It's been 500 days since it sold. So yeah, that needs to really come down. And also, well, you also have to, okay, I should explain. It'll tell you, it might give you a suggested price. So you can look at that. Sometimes it doesn't give a suggested price. You go down and you can look and see what it has sold for in the last 90 days. And then you can see what the price is, what your competitors are pricing theirs at from high to low. And then over here from high to low, what it sold in the last 90 days. Then you can come up with your price of what you think you need to reduce it down to. Okay, so I'm going to explain that. But let's suppose something was 80 bucks, like some action figure I had in my store, and I decided I want to sell it for 40. Well, at $80, I might have had free shipping, because of course I'll do free shipping on something that's 80 bucks. But at 40, I'm probably going to charge shipping. So you need to make sure that you check the shipping too, so you can adjust your shipping. So that's what I've been doing over the last few weeks, last couple weeks. I've really been paying attention to that and seeing, you know, if I have anything that's been sitting there. And then you have to decide, you know, is 3 months too long for you? Is a month too long for you? Definitely 500 damn days is too long. But, and start deciding, you know, if it hasn't sold after a month, I want to cut it to half, or I want to cut it by 3/4, or whatever you want to do. So at that point, so that's a good thing for you to go and check, because you need to get rid of that stuff. That's money sitting in your store. That's money being just wasted, that you need to get that stuff, you know, sold as soon as you can and get it out of there and get the money in your pocket. Okay, a new thing. Okay, this isn't a mistake. Well, I guess it was a mistake because now I'm having to correct it. Okay, I always put brands, of course, with clothes because that's a big part of a listing. But when I was doing my action figures or any of the hard goods, a lot of times I wouldn't put the brand, especially with the action figures. They're all the same brand. A lot of them are Jack specific. This is the thing. You don't have to put too much item description stuff, because these people are collectors of these action figures that I sell, so they already know all this information. They don't care. They know the action figures they want. They know the action figures they want to collect. So I don't have to put a lot of information in there. So where it said brand, I didn't put brand in there. I didn't put the size or whatever. I didn't put all that stuff in there because nobody cares. You got to realize something too. Don't waste your time on stuff that doesn't matter. Period. In life or in your business. If it doesn't matter, don't focus on that. I started learning that it does not matter. They do not care about all those little item specifics. They already know all this information. They know what toys they want to collect in these action figures. They're WWE or WWF action figures. Some are UFC, some are NFL. Anyway, so, what I do is, and this is another thing I'll talk about, is I have an item list for only 30 days. And I'll explain why in a minute. For 30 days, and then I have to relist it in 30 days. Well, what's happening is when I go back to relist it in 30 days, I like to just go through my list of things that are that I have to relist and check them all at the same time, and then just say relist, and it'll relist all of them automatically, so it takes like 1 minute. Well, it started saying, no, you can't relist this because you didn't put the brand down. So I couldn't even correct it right there in bulk listing. I had to go back to each individual and then correct and put the brand in there. Okay, so I've been having to do that. So that's a mistake because now, it wasn't a mistake before, but it is now because eBay is demanding that I do that to relist the damn item. Okay, the other thing that I wasn't doing is I wasn't bothering with the UPC. Unlike Amazon, everything's by UPC code. Well, I started noticing that like nobody looks things up by the UPC, and UPC is just kind of ignored in eBay. So I'm like, that doesn't really matter, so why am I going to put it? Well, now, when it comes to, after my 30 days is up for that product and I need to relist it, it's saying it won't relist either until I put the UPC code in there. Okay, but what I'm doing for that, because I have close to 500 items in both stores. I cannot go through all those items and be looking up all these items. That would take me forever. So I've just been putting UPC not available. So that's what I've been clicking. But I have to do it individually. Because in bulk listing, there is no choice to put the brand, and there's no choice to put the UPC code. Sometimes in my clothing store, you can change and put the they give you this little area where you can put UPC, and you can go individually on the bulk listings really quickly and just say that there isn't. Alexa, turn off timer. In my clothing, there's a little section that pops up for some reason, and you can say for the UPC, there is no UPC label. I don't know why in the clothing it's like that, and in the hard good it's not like that. But at any rate, and I don't know if you guys have ran into this or not. You guys can comment below if you've ran into this problem. But this is what I want to start saying. Because eBay is wanting you to start doing that, and when you go to relist an item, they're asking for that information, and you'll have to go back individually and do it. At least that's how I've seen it. Start making sure that you put the brand in the thing, in the description. And if it doesn't have a brand, it has a choice to say, I think it says non-branded. At least choose non-branded, and then it won't mess with you. And for the UPC, either put a UPC or put there is no UPC. At least click those two so that that's not a problem when you go to relist the product. Okay, so I guess that was a mistake because it was a mistake before, but it is now. So, okay, calculated shipping and buying a scale. Okay, I did not buy a scale for the first 3 or 4 years of my business, which is just stupid. But I did, okay, I was only selling hard goods, and I was mostly selling action figures of my husband's, and then I also would buy things here and there too, you know, at garage sales and stuff. But I have so many action figures to list that I didn't focus a lot on all these garage sale things. I did buy a nice amount of stuff, but I have a bunch of stuff to sell, so I mainly focused on the action figures. And I trial and error, and well, it wasn't trial and error. I went through and looked at the items of what, and I got the average. Like suppose it was a action figure, WWE action figure. I looked and saw what everybody else was charging for shipping, the high and the low, and came up in the middle. And I ended up figuring out the price. Okay, it's about $8.95 to ship an action figure, a medium-sized one. And then from there, I can go up and down about what I said. So that's how I always figured it out. If, like, suppose it was a Walkman. I looked at what everybody was doing for shipping, high and low, and go in the middle. And I was usually right about where I should be. But I'm not exactly where I should be. Okay, I could have messed myself over, and a couple of times here or there I did. Okay, and especially when it comes okay, well, it doesn't matter whether it comes to the clothing or whether it comes to the action figures. If you can buy a scale, that's the number one thing you have to do. When you go to make your listing, you go to calculated shipping, and you click that bar down. You need to take your item, weigh it with the box, or if you don't have the exact box, find a box that's going to be similar to what you need. Put it in the box, or put your clothing in the bag, or at least put the bag on the scale, and get the weight and get the measurements, and do that. Because when you do that, because you're doing calculated shipping, you're getting an eBay discount, which is huge. It's way cheaper. So something that you can ship out for $8.95 will probably only ship out for $5.95. So you're saving the customer money. They're going to see that, and you're doing calculated shipping. And maybe the guy over here that's selling the same item isn't doing calculated shipping. He's just shipping it out and just using whatever, when he goes to the post office, whatever they charge him. Now you can be competitive with your price because your shipping is cheaper. He may be charging $8.95 and you're able to charge $5.95. Okay? So you're going to be more competitive with your shipping against somebody else who's not doing calculated shipping. So it gives you one more reason for the customer to buy the item from you. Okay? So, big mistake I was making, not having that damn scale. Get a scale. They're not expensive, for $30. When you get a scale, either have a button on there, a little thing that's off on the sides, because sometimes the box is too big and then you can't read the scale. And you can have something on the side that you can look at and it tells you. And or I have a little button that I can push that will pause. I push this little button on the side. It pauses whatever the weight is when I take it off for like 5 seconds so I can look at the scale. So make sure you get that choice on your scale. Okay. Let me see what else. Okay, this is what I wasn't doing either. And I think this is really a good idea. To make your, okay, I do a lot of my picture taking and my listing in the morning. I don't have things going live until the evening around, I don't know, between 5 and 7 o'clock. Because I notice that most of the people I sell, okay, for the women's clothing especially, I sell to women that are probably 30 and up, and especially women 40 and up, they can't sleep at night, and they shop. That is when most of my buying is done, is at night. Those are my customers, 30 and up, and really 40 and up. Women who can't sleep. I know it because I'm, what am I, 48? Yeah, I have trouble sleeping sometimes too. And I've shopped at night. I've been guilty of it. And I will tell you, I will sell 4 or 5 things overnight. Every morning when I wake up, I have sold some clothes. So I need to, so what happens is if I don't, if I make my listings active between like 5 and 7, when these women are going to be shopping, like after work or after dinner or when they're going to bed at night, I'm up at the top. I have more chances of being at the top or on the first page because, you know, the listings are constantly just, you know, rolling through. So there's 2 things. I do list almost every day. Excuse me. I do list almost every day. And that keeps me up on the first page or more at the top. And also by making sure that you list your item at the time that people are going to want to buy your items or be looking at your items, you have more of a chance. And that has really helped me with my sales. And I wasn't always doing that. And there is a thing where you can choose and pay 10 cents to make your items live. I haven't done that, but if that helps you and you don't mind giving up the 10 cents, do it. You know? I haven't done that because to me it's not a big deal just to quickly make all my things live at around, you know, like I said, between 5 and 7. I like to do like 7 o'clock because that kind of covers me East Coast and West Coast and Midwest time. So anyway, that really helped me with my sales. I wasn't always doing that. I've been doing that the last, I don't know, a few months. Huge. That is how I've seen sales go up since I started doing that. Last thing to talk about. 2 things. Let me talk about this too. This is another, 1 second. Did I talk about every 30 days? I don't think I get to talk about this. I will talk this real quick. List your items every, okay. when you list your item, you have a choice of saying that you want your item just to be listed until you cancel, good till cancel. And a lot of people choose that. I would not, and that was a big mistake I was making. You should do it every 30 days, have to relist the item. It gives you a fresh listing, okay? So, and it gives you a fresh free relisting. So again, it's like you've got a new listing without having to do any work. So that item can go right back up to the top instead of being at the bottom again. The other thing it does so many things for you. Now I don't have to work so damn hard. Okay, on Mondays, I don't list because I have a lot to ship out usually by Monday because I have, I'm sold over the weekend. And because anything that gets ordered Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, you don't have to ship it out till Monday. So I have a lot to ship on Mondays usually. So I don't list on Mondays. But I have things that I need to relist, right? Because I have things that need to be relisted every 30 days. I just hit relist on maybe 10 items or 7 or 8 or whatever, how many items a day that you want to relist. Okay, so I do that. So it looks like I took the time to take pictures that day and list the item, and all I had to do was hit relist. Also, the weekends, I have items, since items are always needing to be relisted every 30 days. I do so many on Saturday, I relist so many on Saturday, so many on Sunday. So now eBay is thinking that I am always listing, or at least their algorithm, because the more you list, the more you're on the first page or the second page, the higher you're up in the eBay world, okay? So it's huge that you look like you're listing every day, even if you're not. And by your listings having to be relisted every 30 days, that's what it does for you. Another thing it does for you is if you want to go on vacation. Now, you don't have to look like you're not listing for 7 days, okay? Make sure that you let some things go, especially if you know you're going on vacation, so you have enough stuff on there to relist while you're on vacation. So you may have 30 or 40 items that need to be relisted. Well, every day, take 6, 7 of those items, hit the relist button, hit the relist button, hit the relist button, and it looks like on your whole vacation that you've been working to eBay's algorithm. So you don't lose a step in this whole thing. Also, if you go on vacation, I used to do this. I used to put my store on vacation. I don't do that anymore either. That's another mistake. In my opinion, I go ahead and say that I just take out the timing. You know how you say you have 1 day handling time? I'll say I have a 5-day handling time or a 7-day handling time, whatever I need. And then that way I look like my store's being listed. I'm listing the whole time I'm on vacation, and I'm letting people buy the whole damn time I'm on vacation. Okay? And this is the other thing, is I wouldn't say like the day you get back, I wouldn't say that that's the day that you're going to send their stuff out. Maybe make it the next day or 2 days later, depending on how long you're going to be gone and how much stuff you think you're going to be selling. You kind of have an idea of what's going on. So that was a huge thing that I wasn't doing those things. And now that I do, I don't miss a step. I don't miss a beat really when I go on vacation now. Okay, last thing, not charging for shipping. Okay, I have gone back and forth like everyone about charging shipping. This is the reason I do charge shipping now. Okay, so I think it's a mistake when I started giving free shipping. I've never given free shipping for my action figures, ever. But unless it's like an $80 or $90 item or something high price, of course, I give free shipping. Okay, but because there's enough profit in there for me to charge free shipping. Okay, and there's enough money in there for me to wheel and deal back and forth with the person. But with the clothing, specifically, this is the issue with the clothing. Okay. And even with hard goods, this is the issue. This is my thing. Unless it's like $100 or $200, I'm charging shipping. The customer does not consider, for one, your eBay and PayPal fees, and they never will. They don't even know that there are eBay and PayPal fees, which I told you guys I figured out to be 13%, right around 13%. Okay, so that's not included in that damn price. They don't know. I mean, you've included it, but they don't know. Also, when they give you, okay, let's say you're selling an item, a blouse for $15, and they offer you $9 for the item. $9 and it says free shipping. They're not even taking into consideration that $3 to $4 of that $9 they just offered you has to come out of that $9 too. They're not thinking about all that kind of stuff. So really, it really helps you, and it helps the customer realize, okay, I'm going to ask them for $9 for this item. It's $3 for shipping. Because I can tell you right now, I've done both, and I sell more stuff when I say $9 and okay, let's say I'm probably confusing you guys. I'm selling the item for $15, plus shipping, let's say of $3. Then the person offers me $9. I may go ahead and say, okay, because maybe I only paid $1 for that item. I'm going to turn 1 into 9. I know the shipping's already covered, okay? And they know the shipping's already covered. And the only thing I have to worry about now is my 13% of the PayPal and eBay fees and what I paid for the item. Okay, at least takes it out of the scenario of having to also take out that shipping, because the customer never considers the shipping price when they offer you that ridiculous $9 for an item that costs $15. Okay, and you can't expect them to. But and I haven't lost any sales. In fact, my sales have gotten better by charging shipping. So I know that there is a major argument whether to charge shipping or not charge shipping, but that is my take and my experience on that shipping thing. And I have been doing this now for, like I said, for like, well, 4 or 5 years for my hard goods store, and 6-7 months now for my I started in October, November, December, January, February, March, April. 7 months for my clothing store. So this is what I discovered. So anyway, those are the mistakes I've made. I hope you guys can learn from those mistakes and not make those same mistakes yourself. And I hope this has helped you guys. I really, really do. I love to see everyone succeed and everyone do well. And that's why I make these videos. So I think that's it for today. Yeah, I think I covered everything I want to cover. Okay, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'd love for you to do so. If you can share my channel, that would be awesome. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, leave them below. You can join me on Facebook and Instagram. I'm really active on both. Really, Instagram I'm active on. And I'll leave those connections, all that information below. And I think that's it. All right, you guys. I'll talk to you guys next video. Bye!